Verse 40. Now when the sun was setting, all they that had any sick with any with I'm sorry, verse 40. And now when the sun was setting, all they that had any sick with divers disease brought them unto him, and he laid his hands on every one of them and healed them. Note verse 40. The villagers came to Jesus when the sun was setting, because this was and is the Sabbath, the day of rest. Sabbath lasted from sunset on Friday to sunset on Saturday. Most Christians today celebrate the Sabbath as Sunday. The people didn't want to break the law that prohibited travel on the Sabbath, so they waited until the Sabbath hours were over before coming to Jesus. Then, as Luke the physician notes, they came with all kinds of diseases, and Jesus healed every one. Verse 41. And devils came out of many, crying out and saying, Thou art Christ the Son of God. And he, rebuking them, suffered them not to speak, for they knew that he was Christ. Note verse 41. Why didn't Jesus want the devils to reveal who he was? 1. He commanded them to remain silent, to show his authority over them. 2. He wanted his listeners to believe he was the Messiah because of his words, not because of the devil's words. 3. He was going to reveal his identity according to God's timetable, and he would not be pushed by Satan's evil plans. The devils called Jesus Son of God or Christ, but Jesus was going to show himself to be the suffering servant before he became the great king. To reveal his identity as king too soon would stir up the crowds with the wrong expectations of what he came to do. Verse 42. And when it was day, he departed and went into a desert place, and the people sought him and came unto him and stayed him that he should not depart from them. Note verse 42. Jesus had to get up very early just to get some time alone. If Jesus needed solitude for prayers and refreshment, how much more is this true for us? Don't become so busy that life turns into a flurry of activity, leaving no room for quiet fellowship alone with God. No matter how much